All right. Hi. Hello. Hopefully this works. Hi, Antipatience. Hi, Bugs of Paint. Hi, Emotional Pumpkin. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Pens, Paint and Whiskers. That's such a cute name. Hi, Namisao. Hello, hello. My cat snapping after walking across my first experiment with modeling-based a stencil, and oh no. Of course it's the phthalo blue, of course. Let me know if you guys can hear and see. Why is it always a phthalo blue? A very good question. Yep, can hear it. Awesome. Sorry about all the noise. I have a bit of a cold or like really bad allergy, so I don't know how long I'll be able to talk. I don't know how long I'll be able to stream today. Oops, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had to move the microphone. But yeah, I have throat lozenges, I have lukewarm tea, I have water, so we'll see. I'm trying to organize my stuff better, so I put all the stuff for this palette in here. There's one paper that I haven't been able to find, and it's my bigger reference sheet, you know, the full-size one. This is something that I use my printer to copy and print smaller of that sheet, so that I could have that, you know, with the palette or something. But yeah, it's not, I don't know where I put the big one. And then I also pre-cut a bunch of papers. Hi, Lyra. All right. Okay. So how is everyone today? How are you guys doing? Did I do 17? Yeah, I did. Okay. I don't know if I caught a cold or if I have bad allergies right now. It's not all that clear so far. I would lean towards the cold, but it's never very clear how my allergies sort of manifest themselves. Recovering from a multi-day workshop for a day job and aiming to do some aggressive vegging. Oh, you were asking Lyra. Sorry. I thought you were asking me because, anyway. Sorry about that. I love the idea of doing some aggressive vegging out. I'm trying to think if there's a way I could use dice to roll color combos, but I like using incongruous adjectives. Another favorite is aggressively mediocre. I could grab 2d20. Hold on. Actually, I need just the one that I can roll twice. I did ask Clara, but I didn't know you have allergies. I have allergies or a cold, so. We're having our shed replaced and thought our backyard neighbors had a fence behind it, and they didn't, so now. So we now look right into the. And also means cat have to be upstairs and. Oh no. Poor kitties. And it's probably not all that safe to let them outside, I guess, if they can just walk into the neighbor's yard. Kitty fabric. Oh, that's nice. I think I saw the photo on the Discord. Really? 18 and 20, so it's really making me waste all of these good rolls on paint swatches. A palette would be really great for mixes, you know. Color mixes to slay anybody. Oh, they would be dead. The 20 is a crit. So that's like max damage plus roll the dice, I think. So this 118 is Winsor & Newton Van Dyke Brown. It is a mix of 2 pigment, this one. Dawn, hello! Oh, I hope the project goes well. You can do it. Let's go kick some butts. Kick some art butts. Then the other color we're mixing is Permanent Rose, so that's gonna be interesting. This is not necessarily 2 colors that I would think of mixing together like first. Yes, there's a Discord. The link should be in the description. Somewhere in there. Oh, it's nice actually. A watercolorist. Mesdames, Messieurs, bonsoir. Oh no. Cool, would love to join another art community. Awesome. Mesdames, Messieurs, bonsoir. By the way, I started to turn my art into coloring pages for Patreon. Haven't seen you presented. I did. I had coloring pages available for a while. The issue with Patreon is that it's difficult to find the right balance and to not end up giving yourself more work. Well, it's technically a system that's supposed to be there to support the work you're doing, right? Mainly. So there's a tough balance to strike between people actually supporting what you already do and perhaps adding a few benefits. And then the going too far is when you give yourself so much more work because of Patreon, so that you struggle to do the base work you were doing before. Does that make sense? Actually, any other miss you? Well, you have a box of paint. Bonsoir, or journée for me. Yeah, afternoon, après-midi for me. So yeah, what I was trying to say is that for Patreon I had stickers, I had okay. I had physical paintings that I still have a bunch. I think I have 12 to do still. And then also digital coloring pages. And it was such a struggle to try and keep up with all of this stuff. It doesn't look like much, but on top of everything else, it's just difficult, I find. And I see a lot of artists that offer like postcards and stickers, and it looks super fun to offer these things. And I would love to, you know, consider it eventually again at some point, but you kind of need a broader, or perhaps a bigger audience somewhat, so that the, what's the word I'm looking for? The conversion of, you know, audience to supporter is just not better, but since you have a larger audience, the number of people that will support you on a platform like Patreon will also be larger if it's a percentage. Like, let's say 1% of your audience does it. Well, it's a big difference if you have like an audience of 100 people, or if you have an audience of 1,000 people, or 10,000 people, or 100,000 people. You know, it's there's kind of a sort of a minimum to make this functional. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Am I not making sense? Your palette is very alluring. Well, thank you. I don't know if you were there when I explained the making of this palette, but it's basically me trying to step out of my comfort zone and putting together in a palette a bunch of paints from all sorts of different brands. And some were pans that I had already poured. I just went through my pans that I had and like took out some that spoke to me and put them in a palette together. But it made for a rather unusual palette for me, so I decided that I wanted to swatch the colors, like the mixes, so that I could explore what's available through this palette. But then when I did the math, it came to like over 200 square for a swatch, a chart, a mixing chart like this, you know, the staircase one. And I was like, first of all, I don't have any I don't have any paper that I could possibly do this and have the, you know, the mixing square be of a satisfying size. And also, that's 230 something, and I hate doing this. I hate doing this so much. So I went a different route where I decided that I would go at these more piecemeal. And I made a bunch of little squares of paper, cheap paper, 3 by 3 inches. And I just go randomly through the mixes. And perhaps I will do them all. Perhaps I will only do like a few of them. But yeah, so far it's been really interesting. There's quite a few mixes that I wouldn't have expected to turn out the way they did. I think I was there. I have a memory of asking you how you removed it. Yeah, I remember that too. What are the colors? Well, hold on. I try to not have the list too visible on screen because I would usually ask people to say numbers, and I think it's more fun to have you guys pick numbers without knowing what the color is. But yeah, so I can go through the colors. There's 22 colors in all, and quite a few are discontinued colors. Quite a few are mystery mixes that I found in my boxes of pans because they're not labeled and I have no idea what's in it. I think most of the mystery mixes are, most of the mystery pans are technically mixes that I made myself, like combining paints. But at the time I didn't think to label them, so I have no idea what they are. But with the first one here is a mystery mix, so no idea. Then I have a discontinued color from Winsor & Newton, which is their Prussian green. I have Holbein greenish yellow, then Winsor & Newton cerulean blue, Holbein indigo, Schminke French ultramarine, Core cobalt teal. Sorry. This one is Da Vinci manganese blue mix. Then this one under here is also a mystery mix. This is a discontinued Schminke color. It is opaque green light imitation. It's something like PG7, PY3, and PW6. It's not fancy. It's just some sort of opaque green color. Then Winsor & Newton manganese brown, Winsor & Newton lemon yellow deep, Holbein yellow ochre, Holbein quin gold, Sennelier yellow Sophie, another mystery mix. Winsor & Newton chromium black, Winsor & Newton Van Dyke brown, Winsor & Newton perylene maroon, Winsor & Newton permanent rose, Schminke Pozzoli earth, and finally Core permanent scarlet. And I need to blow my nose. I'm gonna try muting the mic for that. Hold on. Okay, I think that worked, right? Hopefully. Potato Pirate, hello! Have you pirated a lot of potatoes recently? Sorry. Oh, love the Da Vinci manganese blue mix. Also recently got the manganese brown from... Yeah, it is really nice, the manganese brown from Winsor & Newton. I really like it. It's a... I think it... If it's the color I think it is, it has a really nice granulation in it. Love the way you say that name, Schminke. What are they called? It's a SCHMINCKE. It's a German brand. Manganese brown. Yeah, Winsor & Newton manganese brown. MGO, I don't know. We don't have Paolo yet in the chat, so you can get away with using the wrong the wrong letters for the mineral, the element. Man, it's good that Paolo's not there. He would be throwing stones at us. Bricks. I missed that manganese, but I'm in magnesium. Oh. Also, I was so proud when I finally learned to tap Schminke without having to like... There's what, 1, 2, 3... like 4 consonants to start the word with. Antoine, quelle marque d'aquarelle? C'est un mélange. C'est plein de marques. Antoine is asking what watercolor brand, and I replied that it's a bunch of different brands. There's not one single brand. This is a surprisingly interesting mix. I really would not have expected it to be this interesting. I feel like you could use that as a somewhat good starting point for some skin colors. It would have to be tweaked a little bit, but I think it's a good start point. Manganese brown is very similar to burnt siennas. Well, I mean, it would depend, right? Because the thing with burnt siennas is that you have so many variants. I have memorized a few paint-centric element abbreviations so I can label pans more efficiently. So I'm fairly sure of MN and MJ, but I immediately mix them. I mean, no, I can't hold it against you, seriously, because look at the words magnesium and manganese. They kind of all have the same letters with a few exceptions, you know. And then the element abbreviations, they don't really help you all that much. I'm guessing that Mn is manganese and Mg is magnesium, but I'm not sure. And my only sort of the only reason I think that is that in manganese the N comes first compared to magnesium where the J, dang it. Anyway, the letter comes first. Okay, so J and G are very confusing because in French, the way we call these letters, it's the opposite. So the one in English that is J, we call J. And then the one you call G, we call G. My boyfriend had fun nibbling my huge porcelain palettes titanium white. No pigment, just a... Oh. I think it's a ginger that had a coffee cup that had the molecular structure for caffeine on it, I think. Just a diagram, you know, no explanation, no nothing. I like that. I miss manganese blue. I know there's quite a few artisan paint makers that make it. I have a few pans of it. And even when it was available, it was always very expensive. So it's like not even that much of a deal per se. But it is such a unique color with that granulation that I'm always a bit bummed out that it's, you know, not available. Hey, Paulo! We were just talking about elements and whatnot, but being awfully inept at it, so you didn't miss anything. Came in just in time. You saved your blood pressure. Oh, French apple cake. What's French about it? Vroom! Look at me, I have a car. Oh, is it magnesium brown? Oh, perhaps, I think I might have mislabeled mine then. Because I wrote manganese brown, but perhaps it's magnesium brown. Because it is PY 119. I'll leave a note to check it out. Yeah, definitely. It's a good earth color. I think it's a bit in between. Which one is it? So it's a bit. This one is a bit like reddish. So you have it somewhere close to burnt sienna, and the more reddish kind of burnt sienna. Because sometimes burnt sienna can be more brown, you know, less red, if that makes sense. The cake has pearl sugar on top and uses Calvados to enhance the... What's Calvados? Is it... It's not apple flavored, right? I know it's alcohol, but what's the flavor profile of it? Do you flambe it as well? Flaming apple cake. Okay, so 3 is Holbein greenish yellow, which is very much like a green gold kind of color, but it's a mix of multiple pigment. Oh, am I even in frame? Oh yeah, MG's in the charter. I'd still be confused. Like you, yeah, same. And then which one is 13? Is yellow ochre, also from Holbein. Yes, it is apple. Oh, apple brandy. Ooh, fancy, fancy. No flambe. Aww. I remember seeing my parents flambe the holiday, like the wintertime holiday fruitcake, and always being so disheartened by it because it was like, oh, first of all, that cake is fruitcake, it's already kind of mid, and then you add alcohol to it, and then you burn it. Now I'm wondering what happens to flambéed pearl sugar caramel. It is indeed magnesium brown. Got that. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to check, but I definitely... No, I wrote magnesium brown on the pan. It's me who's just mixed up, and I wrote manganese brown on the reference chart. Dang it. You guys are talking about something. We always do. So we either talk about food, cats, or paints. That's our main 3 topics. People never eat the apples. I'm the only one who eats them, but in cake form, everybody... Yeah, well, duh. You said the magic word, you said cake. I don't know what were your expectations, but, I mean, cake? Oh, you could make crumble and pies with them, too. Oh, give me a sec, guys. I'll be right back. terribly sorry about that. I'm back. Now I want to do some apple pie. Ooh. I also get mixed up between magnesium brown or manganese brown. Yeah. Do we have manganese brown paint? Like PBR 33 or 41 or whatever. I have to peel apples to eat them at the moment and figured out I can just buy apple pie filling instead. Or you could get applesauce. Would applesauce be okay? Because applesauce is a lot of fun. The paints here are Holbein's Greenish Yellow, which is a mix of 3 pigments. PY 150, PG7, and PBR 25 in this one. And then this is also from Holbein, but it's the Yellow Ochre, and that one is a single pigment PY 42. So I think it's gonna make for a very interesting mix, though not very, not a huge like number of variants between the different ratio of mixes and water and all that, because those colors are quite close. They're quite similar already, but I think it's going to be interesting anyway. I'm literally sitting here surrounded by paint, stuffing my face with a cat in my lap. Oh, you're spot on. Applesauce in the UK is very different to North America. It's usually ooh, oh no, 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 no. I'm very sort of picky about my applesauce. What I'm not picky about is what you put in it, but I'm picky about the temperature it has to be eaten at and the texture. But I've done like applesauce, quote unquote, that was basically all the slightly old and sad fruits in the fridge, including apples, and you just cook all of that together and then you blend it and you've got fruit sauce, I guess. I'm a happy pirate. Oh, I just figured out what your name makes me think of every single time. It makes me think of Mr. Pirate, the cat. There's a YouTube channel that's the Helpful Vancouver Vet, and he has, or I don't know, Mr. Pirate is a bit old, so I don't know if he's still around, sadly, but 3 cats, Mr. Pirate, Claudia, yes, and Lancelot. Otto! Hey! Hello! So nice to see you. Always a warm welcome for Otto. Well, how are you? And me, hello. I'm full. Went to a new Indian restaurant and oh, what did you get? Oh, Mr. Pirate, Claudia, and it's Claudia, so Clawdia. You see what he did there? And the channel is Helpful Vancouver Vet, and the vet is really kind and nice, and he has all sorts of tricks that are super helpful, like different ways to pick up a cat. He's the guy behind the meme of a Squish That Cat, which is perhaps a bit old by now, but still. And then really good videos on how to care for older pets and that kind of stuff. I think Lancelot is the one we see the less in the videos because he's their veterinary clinic cat. I got a sikh kebab and a king prawn biryani. Ooh. It was very good. Do you have any leftovers? Sorry, I missed the answer to my question. Had to go sign for a package of international paint. Woo! But looked it up on app, and apparently manganese brown is... Oh, there is a manganese brown. Okay, cool. Manganese antimony titanium buff rutile. A metal band? My gosh. No one would be able to remember the name of it. It would be called MATBR all the time. Matbrr. Oh man. Oh, the Persian size were so big. Oh my gosh. Definitely a metal band. What can we help you with, Otto? Or what can chat help you with? I'll take a sip of very lukewarm tea. I love double-walled cups because stuff stays warm in there for so long. Or a rock band, since rutile is... What's IIRC? I can't... I've searched what it means like a bajillion times and I always forget that one. I don't know why it doesn't stay in my head. See what I did there? It is time to choose my next pet. Ooh. See what I did there? Buff rutile. You need a hypoallergenic cat or something. Oh, chinchilla, that's interesting. Otto has had a hamster and gerbils, right? Oh, I've had hamsters, gerbils, rats, and cats before. Okay. A koala, dude. Yeah, we've been looking into chinchillas. They're Pokemon. Yeah, definitely. And very soft, too. Chinchilla can precision pee on you from 6 feet away. That's a unique skill. recall correctly. Okay. And it's the one that I can never recall correctly. Dang it! My friend had one that was legit pure evil. Oh no. Is a capybara a rodent? That's big. That's cuddly. Oh, forgot to switch my paper towel. Aw, poor little mouse. Rescue mouse. Yeah, that's adorable. Does anyone know if you can keep just one bunny if there are two adults? We would need proof of that. What is the yellow in the middle of the palette? That's a doop-a-doop-a-doop. That's Windsor and Newton. The one with the silly name. Lemon Yellow Deep. Yep. Yes, capybara is the largest rodent. Husband said no. Aw. Dang it. Tell him it's no fun. No fun. No fun. I don't understand why he doesn't want the teeny tiny capybara. I mean, what good is a pet that can't precision pee? Time to roll the die. Okay. In the freshly painted swatch. Great me. Good job. Good job. Again, 3. 9 and 3. What's 9? Oh, a mystery mix. Okay. I really want some degus, but they are very hard to come by in the UK, especially up in Scotland. Oh. Effort. Lena! Hello! So 3 here is again going to be Holbein's greenish yellow. Oops. Ooh, lemmings. You watched a reel of someone with this sable. Oh, sables are adorable. It's a bit of a trap too. Like you look at just the one video of a sable and then it's really hard to think to consider getting sable brushes. I vote capybara. I can already see Otto and Cappy in one of those little plastic kiddie pools. It's such a fun mental image. I love it. Okay, 9, it's this one. That I have no idea what it is, but it's kind of a muted brown-green color that has a bit of granulation in it. Maybe you already said so, but what color is the dark red third from the right in the bottom row? 1, 2, 3. This one here? Or the fourth one? This one? Anyway, this one is Winsor Newton Perylene Maroon. This one is, again, Winsor & Newton Permanent Rose. And this one is a discontinued Schminke color. Also, aside from cats, capybaras are arguably the most memeable pet. Hey, Wildflower, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Ooh, otters. Yes. River or sea? I would say river otter. Not that you asked me, but still. Otto and her otter. Oh, that would be so good. I never know whether third from the right includes or excludes the rightmost item. Well, I've always understood it as you start from the right. So 1, 2, 3, this would be third. Right? Same, like, if you start the other side, like this is 1, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Otters are really cute. They get so squeaky. If she gets another, they can collect stones together. I'm picturing Otto with whatever pets she's gonna get is gonna be like a Pokemon, like an actual Pokemon creature. What, the pocket monster? How about a flying squirrel? What's available to you, Otto? Perhaps that would be the most useful question. Oh, your mother started drawing again, Lana. She's still hesitant about watercolor, but I got her cotton paper, Casaneo brushes, and core paints. Oh, yeah. Not husband and I now swooning over how cute. Seriously, sables are adorable. What about an elephant? What? I don't think otters can be held as pet. Okay. Sure. That is so cool. What about the Gloucester canary? A burb? Oh, okay. Sables can... Aww. I think it's because they might be on some sort of endangered level. It's kind of the same reason I mean, in this case it's a good thing, but why it's so difficult now to find quote-unquote decently priced sable brushes. Not that I would encourage getting any new ones. you can find secondhand ones, that's great. But yeah, like there's been such a crackdown on how the sables for brushes are raised that there's barely anyone that breeds them anymore. Some animals are meant for the wild, I wish. The thing is that in the wild they get really hurt by our presence. And then in, what's the word? When they're owned as a pet, it doesn't get any better, basically. You know, things like big cats. First of all, you're not really supposed to have a big cat as a pet. That's kind of... It feels like something that should be obvious, right? How much would a Kalinsky sable... I've only seen like videos of sables that from people that were in Eastern Europe. Still voting steppe lemmings. Oh, that sounds really cute. But yeah, still, I will reiterate my question, Otto. What is available to you? In the UK, squirrels are entirely illegal to have as pets, and if you take one to the vet, they have to put it down. Hairless cat, and you get to put clothes on it for the Scottish winter and sunscreen on it for the Scottish summer. I don't need to mistake my cat with a chicken fillet. Why does your cat have a big collar with a label on it that says "Not raw chicken, do not cook"? I've known a lot of people who loved having ferrets as pets, but it does seem like it's best. Yeah, and also for the size that a ferret is, they are surprisingly short-lived, which is difficult. Though a watercolor is, you have to consider that it might not be fluffy enough. So I really hate the thing you said about the squirrels. That's so silly. Like, what do you do if you happen upon an injured squirrel? Like, not even a pet squirrel, just like, where can you bring the poor critter? A rescue, I guess, or that's not as easy to locate as a vet. The men cannot purr. Oh, that's bad. Deal breaker. I think the best pet is one that needs a home. That's a good point, but there's always, you know, some restrictions too, like stuff like allergies or you know, the needs of the animal. It's no good if you sort of bring a pet home, but you're not a good match for the needs of the pet. Does that make sense? They will put in your, oh, just any squirrel that you take. Really? What? Oh, that's silly. Oh. Do they say why? Do you have such a big, like, overpopulation of squirrels or something? You guys have the, is it the gray squirrel or the red squirrel? They're classified as an invasive animal. Ugh. You know what's the utmost invasive animal? Sorry. Oh my gosh, potato parrot. No, the number one invasive... Yeah, humans! You figured it out! The number one invasive species is humans! Yay! Okay, so it's just the gray ones. Okay, I don't like it, but I can understand it. You know, it's exactly like this Svalbard rule that you can't have cats over there. Like, I don't like it, but I understand it at least. We don't have the orange ones here, just the grays. And sometimes you get a melanistic one or a white one. I quite like the melanistic squirrel. They're really cute. Gray squirrel, invasive. Yeah, I mean, makes sense, definitely. Yeah, some places have loads of rules on cats too. Yeah, and some places don't really have any. Where cats are just, you know, just part of life. Like if you think of places like Turkey. The Lokis of the animal world. We have squirrels everywhere here in Oregon. Watching them. I think they're aggressive just from existing there, in the sense that, yeah, like, hold on, where is it? Like Boxapane said to other squirrels and birds, I think they will eat bird eggs and they reproduce really fast, and they're a bit of a bully. They also like to chew on electric cables, which is, you know, not great. They're adorable, like they're really cute, but I understand that they're also problematic. Gray squirrels are just as... Yeah, they're really cute. They're just different. I remember reading Spirou as a kid, and Spirou has a red squirrel, and they kept calling Spip like, oh, it's a squirrel, it's a squirrel. And I was like, how is that a squirrel? As a kid, I had never seen a red squirrel. I've only seen like the gray ones we have here. And they don't have like tufts on their ears. They're not really similar. So I could never really understand. I was like, oh, it's a made-up creature. It's a made-up squirrel. And eventually I saw a red one and I was like, ah, I get it now, makes sense. Squirrels around where I grew up would terrorize the birds at the bird feeder so they could eat the food themselves. The ones in Oregon must be nicer. I always thought they were aggressive or competitive towards the reds. Yeah, that's it. They're a bit of a bully. I don't think it shows all that well on camera, but the mystery color, the pan number 9 here, there's definitely some sort of ultramarine blue in there, and it has this really nice granulation that's probably not very visible on camera, but eventually I will get around to, you know, scanning all of these and sharing them, and you'll be able to see them, but it's really nice in the mixes. Okay, let's get ready for another one. And I'm still doing okay. I'm not, like, my throat is not dying yet, which is a bit surprising, to be honest. I'm gonna keep drinking tea and chain consuming throat lozenges. I like a more chilled pet that will spend the evening on me. Oh yeah. I bought a friend a squirrel feeder that is just a really long spring you hang up. It's like watching an acrobat try to eat while being bounced on a trampoline. It sounds so funny. Just out of curiosity, Otto, not that I'm a partisan of it particularly, just curious, like I said, but why not a dog? Just curious. Because that's another one that's kind of really obvious. The only way I could convince husband to having a cat is if the cat distribution system delivers me a ginger cat right now, hint hint. Come on. Come on, cat delivery system, you have one job. From what I've seen, having a pet fox, after a very brief while, it's basically like having a pet dog. They kind of switch to domesticated really, really quickly. No to dogs because they chew. Oh, yeah, okay. No, fair. I was just wondering. Not that I would, you know, particularly suggest it. I'm not a big... Not that I... Anyway, it's complicated. Let's just say it's complicated. My go-to is always cats. My parents had rented an apartment to people who had an anti-allergic cat because the woman was allergic, but not to that cat. It was... Yeah, you have those hypoallergenic cats. They're not necessarily hairless cats. You can have, like, fully fluffy cats that, for some genetic reason, don't, you know, release the kind of allergens that people react to. Foxes are the UK's raccoons. So much fun to watch and so much pain to clean up after. Oh. They also definitely like the raccoons. Or the skunks. Come on, cat distribution system. You gotta... Pretty sure you could make both a ginger hypoallergenic cat and one Otto really happy. Come on. What? I don't remember just like that. Possibly Siberian? Hold on. Guillaume? Tu te rappelles-tu c'est quoi les races de chats qui sont hypoallergènes?
Non, à part le Rex.
Oh, that's true. The Devon Rex, yeah. they're not hairless, but have really tightly curly hair. Oof. Emu? An emu is big, not... I don't think it's a good pet for inside of a, you know, living quarters. Aren't different? No, they have curly hair. They look a bit like if you had a sheep that's been trimmed really, really short. Not completely. Just shorn really, really close, but not quite. And it's kind of curly. They look a bit like gremlins. Oh. 20. No variety. Totally understand that the elephant coming through you off, but you need to recalibrate. $12 and $20. 20 is still the permanent rose. What's 12? Oh, lemon yellow deep. Wait, did I already do this one? I keep rolling all my good rolls on this. So I'm sure that next time I play D&D, I'm just gonna roll like ones. Keep wasting all my nat 20s. Okay, 12. That's the bright yellow, lemon yellow deep from Winsor & Newton, the one granulating yellow. That's also really nice. I need another one of these. Nat 20, that's when you roll naturally a 20 on the dice, like the number on the dice, sorry, is a 20 on a d20. And unnatural 20 in the context of role-playing games would be if you roll like a 17, but you have bonuses, like you have +3, so your roll is 20, but it's not a natural 20. Be cool. Hold on. This is an emergency. Tu viens tout péter? Ouais. Non. Viens ici, espèce de raton. Hello? Hello, Pico. Ouais. Ouais. Hello. Hello, mademoiselle. Veux-tu te faire tomber? Non, fais pas tomber. Come on. Non, 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 Burke. Arrête. Oh no. I need something to cover up my paint palette. Okay. Sorry. Ouais. She's making guinea pig noises. Oh, I wish I could. She's purring. I've got $5 on Italian paint. I wish I could. Hold on. Baby, can you purr in the microphone? Well, that's it.
Peu peur.
Ouais, elle avait perdu de l'épée avec sa voiture dehors. Là. Elle est de retour, elle vient de faire chier en plus.
Non!
Gotta make sure she didn't gland all over my desk. She is such a pain in the ass, that cat. We might not have to clone her. We might just be able to send you that one or so. If you still want it. I don't think she left me a gift. I mean, I would never say no to pickle. Could you give up pickle for... On some days, yes.
Ouais. Tu fais.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait? Elle merdouille.
Elle se stretchait contre le mur.
Ah bah oui. Oh, I'm rolling the dice to pick the colors for the combinations that I'm working on. I want to go at it randomly, because if I have to choose one, it's gonna take me forever, and I'll be tempted to go like... T'es en train de tout péter. Elle veut aller là. She's such a pain in the ass. Such a pain in the ass, that cat. Pita is our new name. Yeah. She is very, very good at playing the floor is lava with herself, except it's not the floor, it's whatever she has decided that is lava. Which, in reality, makes for a cat that is trying to go from point A to point B in the quickest way possible, all while stepping on surfaces that she's not supposed to, which can be problematic because not all surfaces are, you know, stable. But she absolutely will not use the floor. Everything is lava. Yeah, basically. Except like this, and that thing. Also, she is clawed because you don't really declaw your cats. It's not great. But as a result of that, it means that she still has all of her little knives on her paws, and sometimes when she's playing like everything is lava and decides to use you, the human, who's only wearing a t-shirt, as a bridge for something, and you're not prepared and she slides off, not a great combo. Oh, have a good night, a watercolorist. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great weekend. Floor is boring. Floor is unacceptable for some reason. Amy plays this game from the back of the sofa and springboards from your... Oof. Ouch. And her feet are made of lead with little knives in it. Like, the most damage that Pico has done as an adult cat was not with her front claws, it was with her back legs. Like, she's shredded open her dad's arm a few times. I don't think Otto has cats at the moment. Otto has no pets at the moment. That's why she's looking to adopt a pet. Those back claws can be lethal. I've got scars on my leg from her using it. Yeah, you don't expect it, but they are so bad. They're not even sharp, but they have all the power in them. So when they shred something open, it is shredded. Hey, Dominic, hello. So Otto had Jazz, the little hamster. Then she had 4 gerbils. I think a bunny is, you know, an idea worth exploring. If you remember Lise Prue, she had a bunners that was kind of happier being like on her own, I think. I don't remember, we would have to ask her. But yeah, like even with bunnies, even if you try to figure out a friend for your bunny, they might not get along. So it's like a very complex thing to work. And you can't really ask them, like, yo, what do you think? Do you like this guy? I wish you could get a cat, Otto. Such a shame about the allergies. Because they're like, they would match up with your what you're looking for really well. They're cuddly. You can get an adult one, so they're much more settled, they're much calmer. They don't tend to be as destructive as kittens. They're easy to find. They're so common that it's not a struggle to get them food and care and litter and whatever. Like everything is super available. Yeah, I hope one of them shows up today. Fingers crossed. Come on. Do you plan on like going outside or something? Like having the window open or I'm gonna have to start leaving kibble on the windowsill, hidden. In the hopes that it should attract the cat, but that your husband doesn't see it. My sweet kitty princess, aww. No, I want a dog and my daughter wants another cat. Well, you could get two. Pico is sunbathing. I mean, it's kind of worth checking out the cat shelters too, if you think you have the fortitude to do it. Because sometimes they have like hypoallergenic cats in there, like Devon Rex or any of the other like breeds that are supposed to be less allergenic. Though the issue is that you can't really visit the shelter to figure out if it's okay or not, because they have like a bajillion other cats in there. And you don't really want to bring a cat home and then to find out that you're still allergic to it. But that's no bueno. Oh yeah. Wait, are you referring to leaving the kibble outside or looking at shelters? Or both? Sorry. So this mix is super fun. I don't know if you can see, but the yellow is granulating super strongly in the mix. It is subtle because it's a yellow, but there's definitely a lot of texture happening within the mixes, which is a lot of fun. Looking at shelters, I am usually banned from looking at the website. Auto planting a hedgerow of catnip by the front door. Catnip is such a pretty plant too. You could definitely disguise it as something else. No, it is. Oh, it's absolutely not PY40. Ugh. Cobalt yellow is no bueno, but it is actually PY 159, and it's the sort of only granulating yellow that's like really good. I thought I read recently that there's more an allergist can do these days to help prevent cat allergies, but I can't remember. If there were pharmaceutical options, you could foster. See how it goes. Yeah, that's true. Why is PY40 no bueno? Because it is very fugitive, in the sense that it will change color. It will turn brownish and grayish really soon, really fast, and really visibly. It's not even about having it in the sunlight. It's just having it there, just out, and it will like change color. Also, it's really expensive, and I mean, it's toxic. That's not something, that's never my main concern, the toxicity, but the price point is one, and then the fact that the color doesn't even stay that color for long. Like, it fades super fast. Otto did a video comparing a bunch of cobalt yellow PY40s, I think, Aurelian, and it was really interesting. And yeah, you could see the color change super quickly. Cake is baking and the kitchen is clean. Ooh, that's gotta smell amazing. Did you put any cinnamon in it? Please tell me that the cake has cinnamon in it. Please. Please, fingers crossed. It has to have cinnamon in it. Dit du es? 5. And do you want to link the video, Otto? 5 and 7. No cinnamon! What? What? This is pure apple and it tastes really appley. Yeah, but cinnamon, man. Cinnamon is life. Okay, what is 5? About to eat leftover dinner for lunch that I can't spell, but it's oh, coq au vin. Coq. C-O-Q. It's basically rooster in French. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe there's cat plants around my house. I live in the country and it's like the bushes are full of cat generators. Oh. And often if you live in the country, unfortunately, a lot of people view the country as the best dumping place. So perhaps if you combine these two elements. Okay, so 5. Ooh, Albine Indigo. Nice. I mean, I think it just means that it's chicken, basically. It's just a fancy way to... I don't think you have to make it with roosters. That was 7. Oh, cobalt teal. Mm. My daughter made it. Chicken, mushroom, bacon, wine, and mystery richness. Cream? Butter? Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting blue. With the one of the color being so deep and one being granulating. C'est un écureuil qui s'énerve, ça? Ouais, okay. We have a gray squirrel that's losing its marbles outside. Probably spotted a cat. I feel like it's going to be a very kind of denim blue sort of mix. Ah, c'est Chiro. À cause d'elle que l'écureuil s'énerve. Time for a snack. If you are a little white kitten. My house is half taken over by cats. I have cats aplenty. Where I spent a fortune spaying, neutering, feeding. Oh. I mean, that's awesome. You're doing the good work. I have driven by my house and there's cats dotted everywhere. On the lawn, the porch, the balcony, the windows inside and one on the freaking roof. The neighbors probably think we're witches. Maybe you should change your username for Potato Witch. Might be more accurate. Squirrel is really mad. Je sais pas si Chiro est encore là. I don't even know if the cat is still there. I'm swatching my new paint and the included literature indicates liberal use of PBR. PR or PBR? PBR 25 is a really nice and fun, transparent, vibrant, deep red color. My parents had a fluffy long-haired dachshund that never chewed fabric items. She wanted hard things. Oh, PR 25. Oh, that's unusual. PR 25. What kind of red is it? Is it like bright red, deep red, dark red? Not even a name. Like a crimson color, huh? I hope it's, you know, decently light fast. I'm about to buy PBR 33 so I can try to make my own super granulators. That's an excellent plan. It's a lovely idea. If you have any kind of cerulean blue sort of color, like PB 35 or 36, they're really fun to mix with PBR 33. They make kind of a really muted color, but oh, it's fun. I needed this beautiful display of color cats and paints today. It's been a sad week. Oh no, Laurie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Rabbit's huts. They were never in stock on Etsy, and when they... Oh, I think you mentioned it. That rings a bell. It's been a really strange week in general, but yeah. Artist Pigments report usage of PR25 only in a paint by tree art, which is paired with PO48. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't have any cobalt-based paints. Finger crossed that... It is fun to use with phthalates and quins, really. You don't get like that double granulating effect, but you get the granulation through the base color of the more transparent paint. That's also really fun. I don't know if I never really noticed if cerulean blue is cobalt based. I mean, probably. It's just that it's not named cobalt blue, so I did not connect the dot. Thank you, Wallflower USA. It's been a really weird week. A very polarizing week, but yeah. But can find any light fastness info. Did you check Artist Creation? Yeah, let's not talk about politics really. No, not this week, not today. Too polarizing. Not here for it. I'm done with my blues. Look at these. We kind of go from like super nice tropical waters to like a really cool indigo faded denim jeans. That's a good range. That's interesting. It's a bit difficult to see, but you do get the granulation of the cobalt teal in the mix. That is not a site I knew. Oh, absolutely, check it out. Artist Creation is amazing as a resource for just like pigment info. I think the URL is like art is creation altogether. I don't remember what's the dot something. I will put it in the Discord when I'm done. Or someone else can share it, but yeah. Let's try one last one. The blues were Holbein Indigo and Core Cobalt Teal. So the indigo is 3 pigments. It is PB15, PBK6, and PR122. And then the cobalt teal is PG50. That is not a site I know. We'll look it up. But oof, tiny font. You can hit hold on. I'm on a Mac, so my brain blanks out, but you can like zoom on the page. It doesn't have PR25, huh? Okay. I wonder if it would be a typo. Weird. Reader mode also. Oh yeah. Again, I feel like I'm rolling the same 4 numbers. Oh, okay, new one, 17. That's what would be 13 and 17. Yeah, okay. We're all gonna go researching PR25 when we're done. Okay, so the 13 is Yellow Ochre from Holbein. Yeah, same. I thought it was PBR25, but it's PR25. Finally got to order one of the 4 packs from... Ooh! Yeah, they were... they went out of stock really fast. I think my video might have not helped, but also I think they didn't have a lot of stock of the little sets. So it only takes like a couple of buyers and then no more. And I'm not ready to pay like $13 for a single full pan. It's a bit extreme. I ordered that as well, but it was in a set of paint called Cherry Vanilla as well as a few others. I would, I don't know if it's possible, but I would reach out to the Etsy seller and just ask them a few questions. Like, Hey, this is a pigment I've not seen often. Like, why did you pick this one? Where did you find it? Or stuff like that. Better said, but basically that, you know. Okay, I've been trying to decide between these. Holbein Cobalt Turquoise Light, Holbein Cerulean, Rembrandt Cerulean, and Rembrandt Cobalt Blue. Mostly for mixing fall skies. Prefer more granulation. Anyone have any votes? Oh, it's going to be difficult without swatches. I'm absolutely partial to the Holbein colors. I know that both of these are absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we'll do that. Got a few small sets and nearly all have... Oh, interesting. I'm gonna learn that it's like food coloring. It's funny but not funny at the same time. Can you imagine making paint with food coloring? Okay, and 17 is chromium black. It is a color that was limited edition from Winsor & Newton. It is pigment PBR 29. It's not available from Winsor & Newton anymore, but you can find it from Romansh Mall. It's sort of this really interesting, slightly warm black color. I really like it, and at some point a long time ago they had like these tubes for, I think as a freebie when you put an order on Jackson's. So I ended up with a good stock of that color. I feel like I did a comparison. I think you did, Otto. Yeah, $22 for 4 is a better deal than one for $13. Hey, Dan! Hello! That would be not really, but kind of funny. I mean, cochineal red, yeah, technically it's edible. I mean, we eat titanium white on, like, I'm pretty sure it's in many foods. It's inert, we probably just process it and expel it. Does anyone know if Romansh Mall plans to be more... Oh, that's a very difficult question because of the tariffs. I think your best bet is still to go through Jackson's because they have warehouses in the US. So if they stock Romansh Mall in their warehouses in the US, that might be your better way to get it. Holbein Cerulean is mind-blowingly gorgeous. It is beautiful. I got to swatch it recently, and I sort of kept skipping it. Not consciously, but I kept like going over it. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, this color is amazing actually. PW6 was used to make foods whiter, but it's not forbidden in the EU. Yeah, they use cochineal, and it was the red M&M was always the sort of the go-to example of that cochineal red, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I swear someone did a review on my paints. Huh? Where? You did do cerulean, the Holbein. Romansh Mall is not available at Jackson's US. Seriously? Whoa, okay, I didn't know that. Is it recent? So it's probably not available because they don't stock it in yet, anyway, in the American warehouses. Right. Right? Right. I don't know. I have no way to buy my two favorite and most affordable brands anymore. Women's Mall and Rosa Gallery. Oh no. I've seen some Rosa Gallery sets available on like Amazon. I don't know if the price is good or anything. What about eBay? Not that it's great or anything. Etsy also has Rosa. I think the tariffs are set to be cancelled. What? Why bother with them then? Oh. Okay, no politics. Sorry, I'm making myself laugh, but yeah, we don't get too political in here, or gonna burst a vein or something. I mean, it's on Jackson's US site, at least last time I checked, but it ships from the UK only, I think. You can get Holbein and Michael Harding from the US. See, that's the thing. I can't get Holbein from Jackson's here in Canada. But now the notice has changed to... I don't remember how it's worded exactly, but it says something akin to... it's currently unavailable. So I'm curious if they will set up a Canadian distribution warehouse or something, and then they will try to get... some sort of way to sell Holbein to us or something. We could only order it from England and you would have to pay the import duties. Yeah. Ugh. Cries in Brazilian. Yeah. I'm sure I saw that the US Supreme Court ruled them illegal. Get it through the London warehouse. Oof. Oh, that's not great, Sam. Speaking of Holbein, yeah, I saw that. They're coming out with watercolor pencils. I'm really, really excited to see those. Not that I use watercolor pencils particularly, but I'm eager to have people like get their hands on them and try them and share their impressions of them. Because I'm curious to see how well they fit in their pipeline of work. I really like this idea that the pencils are matching with the paints. Like the watercolor paints and the pencils, they're gonna be named the same thing if they're the same color and the same number for the same color. So I just wonder how people will integrate that feature in their work. I've checked everywhere. Rosa's much more expensive here. It's insane how much more affordable paint, ink, paper, and especially brushes are from Spain, Arte Miranda, or even American brands. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Emotional Pumpkin. They made it so that the pencils match with the watercolor paints. I think if I can ever like have access to them in some way, which is not super easy here, but I would definitely get a few colors of the pencils open stock just to sketch with them and then paint over them. I think that would be fun. It's not a medium that I know how to use, like just that, but I feel like it would be really interesting to combine it with the rest of the paintwork that I do, and I really, really like that the color match up. The colors are supposed to match. So, like, first of all, if you know what colors you like from the watercolor range, you can use that info to choose what pencils to get. But then I'm pretty sure it will open up a lot of interesting work pipelines to people who like to use these two mediums together. I think all art supplies should be more. Yeah, but capitalism, Lori. Money, 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 money. No, they're not available yet. Though, I mean, I saw that they sent like sets to some YouTubers. I'm not a very big YouTuber, but I'm still a YouTuber. Hey, Holbein, if you have a spare set of those that you don't know where to send, I'm pretty sure people will love to see more videos about those. Hey. Oh, man. Yeah, I have a bunch of watercolor pencils, but also I'm not good with them. I always get the unsightly lines. Maybe the secret is to enhance the texture as a feature and not a bug. Yeah, I'm also really curious to see how they work when you wet them. It's always the one thing that I'm curious about the watercolor pencils with my limited knowledge. It's that, you know, how some of them you will draw like with the watercolor pencil, and then when you add water to it, it doesn't really dissolve completely. Like there's still some pencil marks. And I know that some watercolor pencils did dissolve completely. So that's kind of the only thing that I know about watercolor pencils. But one of the reasons why I've never really used them is because of that. So I'm really excited to see Holbein's formula. They've worked on it for like 6 years. That's it. That's a lot of time. Yes, Holbein's and some. Yeah, come on. Please. I always say good things about your paints, and I use them and I like them. Pretty please with sugar on top. Must be weird. I don't really like using my watercolor pencil or Inktense. Pigment control. Yeah. You can also use the rough palette method to get... Is that like you sort of draw on the palette and you mix it on the palette, so you basically have a pool of watercolor, like liquid paint. With the pencils directly, it's almost impossible. I'd be curious to see. Like I said, I have the only watercolor pencils I've used were like cheaper ones, and that was when I started like painting easily 25 years ago. Easily. So I'm pretty sure things have evolved since then. So my skills have evolved, so perhaps now I would find a better use for them. Yeah, I know. I have that Caturdays palette. It's they usually sell it to use with the Neo Color 2s, the one that are dissolvable. So basically you sort of scrape the crayon on the rough palette. So it puts a lot of the pigment and material on the palette. And then with a brush and water, you can dissolve it and have like a liquid wash, which is basically like what you do with dried paint. I use the back of a cheap toy plastic license plate. I mean, if that works. plastic cutting board. I think it would be a little bit less textured, unless you can find one that has like a texture on it. It's definitely fine. That metal, but I mean, you can always re-wet it, so I don't think it's that bad. It's just, I don't think it's wasteful in my opinion. I think it's that you lose on one of the features of the watercolor pencils, which is the precision. But yeah, at the same time, if you have watercolor pencils and you need to do a wash, I don't know what you're supposed to do. Are you not supposed to do washes with watercolor pencils? Maybe that's it. Oh, poor you and poor Kitty's potato pirate. I'm trying to get a darker color, but I keep having too much water in my mix. There you go. But so much of the lead gets used up, feel like paint. Yeah, of course. But that could be the advantage of this though, with the whole bind range, because if they match up, well, you can have like a palette that's, let's say you have a selection of 12 watercolor pencils, and then you have the matching 12 watercolor pans, or paint in a palette, or pans, or whatever. So if you need to do a big wash, a big area of flat color, you reach out for the watercolor. But then if you need to work on detail or create some special effects or something, you have the pencils. I don't know how you're supposed to use these, but I feel like that's interesting. Ooh, the cake, the cake. Oh, I wish I had cake. Invested in the cake. I agree. I'm excited for Paulo's cake, and I don't even get any. Same. I'm supposed to do biscottis though. They're a bit of a they're a bit of work to make, but I'm still kind of excited to make them. I feel watercolor pencils are really optimal when used with watercolor. I think using it as an addition to your paint is the thing. Yeah, I really don't know. Like, on the one hand, I know that there's no like one way to use a tool. There's multiple ways to use any tool. It's up to you. But at the same time, like I've always went at it, regardless of the medium, from the point of view of just get it in my hands and I'll try to figure it out. But at the same time, there's a lot that can be learned from a more guided approach, which is why I'm kind of bummed that we don't really get you don't really get art masters anymore. But anyway, so yeah, it's like every time I've tried to just grab watercolor pencils and do something with them, I've never really figured it out. So I would possibly have to like do a bit more research, but yeah, that's the thing. Sorry, what am I rambling about? You have to use the pencil, then dissolve it with water, so it's going to look like watercolors one way or another. And it's done, and now my whole house smells like apples. Oh, that sounds amazing. There are so many things to make, including biscotti. They look so fancy. They're so good. I'm kind of very decent at making good biscottis. They always disappear kind of fast, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream, so you're not gonna miss anything, Lori. But yeah, I managed to survive the whole thing. Whee! Cake thirst trap. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh yeah, what's the channel? You're gonna have to share in the Discord. Maybe an idea for a future stream. I would have to get my hands on those though. If I can get my hands on the Holbein watercolor pencils at some point, I will definitely do some sort of stream or video about them for sure. What's the old-fashioned way of doing biscotti, Dan? Oh, dang. Alright, thank you so much guys for being here. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. And we did some really pretty mixes today, so I'm happy for that. And I will go finish my tea and chill and work on more things. And yes, see you all next week, hopefully. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great week, a great weekend. We have a link to the Discord in the description. And the thing I never say, but make sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you so much guys. Have a great weekend. Take care and bye bye.